So today is Monday, September 9th, and we are continuing on in Eureka. We took a little detour. We did one lesson of Go Math, and then now we're back to Eureka. So you can see this is Eureka lesson module 1, lesson 9, okay? And today what we're going to do is we're going to use what we know about place value to help us add decimals, okay? We're going to learn how to use pictures to show it, and then we're going to eventually end up at the standard algorithm. And you need to be able to do it both ways, using pictures, unit form, actually, there's 3 ways, and also using the standard algorithm, okay? But first, let's talk about the problem of the day. If I give Maria 2 apples, and then I give him 6 more apples, how many apples does Maria have altogether? Everyone? 8 apples. So one way to say that is 2 apples plus 6 apples equals 8 apples, right? That's simple addition. Now, what if I gave Ikaksh 2 tenths, and then I gave him 6 more tenths? How many tenths does he have altogether? 8 tenths. Talk to the people around you for a second. What's the difference between the apples equation and the tenths equation? What's similar about those? Go. We can show this on a place value chart. Go ahead and draw a place value chart. Just really simple. You don't even need to label it. All you need is a decimal point, right, to show where the decimal point is. Once I know the decimal point is there, what place value position is this? That's the ones. What's this? What's this? Hundreds. What's this? Thousands. Very good. Okay, so now let's try to show 2 tenths plus 6 tenths. So first I have 2 tenths. 1, 2. Right? And I have to add 6 more tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, to find out what I have all together, I just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 tenths. Got it? Let's try this. Okay, but now let's try a little bit of a more complicated problem. Now I have 2 ones, 3 thousandths. In your place value chart, don't erase what we just did. Just draw a line and then show the next one. Make sense? Okay, if I have 2 ones, I'm going to draw 2 discs or 2 dots in the ones column and then 3 in the thousandths column. Do you guys agree that that's 2 ones, 3 thousandths? Yeah. What do I have to add to it? Well, I have 6 ones, 1 thousandth. So I have to add 6 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 thousandth. Now let's take a look at what we have all together. How many ones do I have all together?
8.
8 ones. How many tenths do I have all together?
4.
Let me ask you again. Listen carefully to the question. How many tenths do I have all together?
0.
Thank you. How many hundredths do I have all together?
0.
How many thousandths do I have all together? 4 thousandths. So the answer is 8 ones, 4 thousandths. And I would, of course, write that in standard form as 8.004, because you can see it's 8.004. Do you guys see that? Okay, try the last one by yourself. Show it in your place value chart. Just draw a line like this and move on to the next one. 2 tenths, 5 thousandths, plus 6 hundredths. See if you can do it by yourself. Go. It's going to get a little bit more complicated. Go ahead and copy this first problem down. 1.8 plus 13 tenths. Let's see how we can model that on a place value chart. If you're running out of room on your place value chart, go ahead and draw yourself one. Note that this time I added more columns to the left. Now, if I have 1.8 and I need to draw some discs, 1.8. How many discs do I draw in the ones column? How would I model 1.8 on the place value chart? Nadav?
You would put 1 disc in the one place and 8 discs in the 10th.
Good. So 8 discs in the tenths place and 1 disc in the ones place. Then I have 13 tenths that I need to add to it. So I could put 13, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in the tenths. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
But what do we know about 10 tenths? That's the same as 1. So when you draw it, you could draw it like this, or you could directly draw it as 1, 1, and 3 tenths. Now let's see what we have all together. How many ones do I have? 2. Oh, that's still a highlighter. Okay, 2. And then how many tenths do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So is it 2.11? No. I know that 10 of these, so here's 8, 9, 10. Do you guys see that? These can be regrouped to become 1, what? 1, 1. So really, how many ones do I have? 3. And how many tenths do I have?
1.
So 1.8 plus 13 tenths is 3 ones and 1 tenth, or 3.1. This example shows that sometimes we need to bundle up 10 of a unit and regroup them. It's not called carry them over. You're not bringing them and carrying them somewhere else. Sometimes primary teachers, lower grade teachers call it carrying them over. Do you guys remember that? But really what you're doing is regrouping. You're grouping 10 of them up into a bundle, and you're regrouping them into one bigger place value unit. Okay? Okay, so again, this is another example where we show that we have to regroup. Okay? Don't erase, just draw a line, and we're going to do the next one. For the next one, we have 148 thousandths. So, should I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, like that, until I get to 148 thousandths? No, that would be not smart. We can use what we know about place value to help us. We know that 100 thousandths is going to be 1 tenth, because look, 100 thousandths would be 1 tenth. Do you guys see that? Okay, so 100. We know that 40 thousandths is really 4 hundredths. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And 8 thousandths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do you guys see how that represents 148 thousandths? Based on what we know about place value. Okay, so again, if we use our place value understanding, that will make it so that we don't have to sit here drawing 148 discs in the thousands column, because we know that 100 thousandths is 1 tenth, 40 thousandths is 4 hundredths, and 8 thousandths is 8 thousandths. Okay, now let's add to it. What are we adding to it? 7 ones, 13 thousandths. Okay, so 7 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 13 thousandths. I could draw 13, or I also know that 10 thousandths is 1.
100.
Good, so go ahead and draw 1. And then I have 3 more, so 1, 2, 3. Now, look at your thousands column. Do you guys see a bundle of 10?
Yes.
So that bundle of 10, go ahead and circle it, cross it out. It can be regrouped to be 1 hundredth. So now all together, let's see what we have. How many hundreds do I have? 7. How many tens do I have?
Wait, 100. It's 1. It's 1, not 100. It says 1.
How many hundreds do I have?
It's supposed to be 1. 7 ones. Yeah. It says 7.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I see. I drew it in the wrong. Okay, thank you. It's 7 ones. So it's not 7 over here. My bad. It's 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, you guys. I am not being precise at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you for catching my fabulous fails. Okay, how many ones do we have, guys?
7.
Okay, how many tenths do we have?
1.
How many hundredths do we have?
6.
Thank you. How many thousands do we have?
1.
So the answer is 7 and 161. Good job. When we use the standard algorithm to add decimals, we can think of it as a place value chart. For example, if we're doing 0.74, we can think 0.74 plus 0.59. I want you to write these numbers like this in a standard, this is the standard algorithm, but the place value chart helps us line it up so that we're adding hundredths to hundredths, tenths to tenths, and ones to ones. If we don't think of the standard algorithm, it can be very easy to mess it up, and I'll show you what I mean in just a little bit, okay? But first, we can imagine before we would do like 4 plus 9, and we draw these little dots. Do you guys remember that from just a couple minutes ago? But instead of that, we can imagine that in our heads. If I had 4 discs in the hundredth column, and I added 9 more discs, how many discs would I have altogether? 4 plus 9 is 13. So I would have 13, but I would regroup 10 of them, right, to become 1 hundredth, or 1 tenth, sorry. And there would be 3 left there. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Then I had 1, which I regrouped, not carried over or borrowed, anything like that. I have 1, and then I have 7 more, and then I have 5 more. How many tenths do I have altogether? 13. So again, I used that one. I would keep 3 of them there, but then 10 of them would be regrouped to become 1, 1. How many ones do I have altogether?
1.
So, using the standard algorithm, I can see that 74 hundredths plus 59 hundredths is 1 and 33 hundredths. Make sense?
Yeah.
So the standard algorithm, it's just addition, but just like when you did regular multi-digit addition, you had to make sure the ones were adding to the ones, the tens to the tens, etc. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, good.